How's it going, everybody? I wanted to make this little impromptu video. I went to go see Babymetal live last night in Atlanta. Here's my proof. I got this shirt. Yeah, there's a lot I want to talk about. Both Babymetal and Bullet Club have a little something in common. So, too sweet, Fox God. So, whatever. There's relation. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about this concert, especially after confirming something for myself. Something I witnessed last night, and kind of like a little dream come true of mine. But yeah, and I think it's true. But so all right, let me talk about my experience, the concert, and what I confirmed to be a little dream come true for me. So the experience was horrible. Aside from the 7-hour drive to get there, the line at the Tabernacle, because I went to go see them in Tabernacle, Atlanta, should clarify that, was pretty long, but I kind of walked around, got some Korean barbecue, and waited online. Just waiting online, just whatever, but then I got my shirt, I got the merch, and then we waited until 8 o'clock and their opening act opened, and they played for 30 minutes. Not gonna lie, found them a little boring. I just thought they did like simple riffs, simple chords. The singer had a good voice, both good screaming and like actual singing voice. But the first song was like, oh, awesome, all right, this is cool. And then after then, it just gradually got like less heavier and heavier, and I was just like, I don't care. And so here's where my aggravation came in. After they came off, naturally they helped, set up the stage. I'm not gonna spoil what Babymetal does in this tour, because it's an experience. It's not just a metal show. This is an experience. So, needless to say, they set up a white curtain with a certain symbol on it. I'm not going to say anything about the symbol or this new... Well, I'm going to mention a little bit about this new direction they're going in. But, so they set up this gigantic white curtain. Now, originally I thought, oh, it's because the band's pretty secretive or something. They don't want to show us them coming out from the sides or the back or wherever. And yeah, you don't see that. It just kind of like eventually went up or whatever, and then the band was just on stage. But was there a reason for that to take 45 minutes? Like, that part aggravated the piss out of me, because, like, I mean, in my shoes, and I know I wasn't the only one who traveled. I don't know, I'm sure I wasn't the only one who road tripped either. But, yeah, it's just like, waiting online for 2 hours. Oh, and when I got there, the line was already huge. There were people waiting there for definitely way more than 3 hours. But after the band was done, it seemed like the stage was set like 20 minutes after the band was done. Because as soon as they're gone, they were like on it. And as from what I saw on the t-shirts, the Fox God crew, along with the regular event crew, set up the stage. They were done within like 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes, setting up the stage. There was a good 20-25 minutes of nothing. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, why? I get that there's now 8 people in the band, and I'll get to that in a bit. And I don't know. It made no sense. They weren't just setting up instruments. Apparently took like, you heard like 1 second of like, boom, 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 and then no one really tested the drums, no one really tested the guitars or whatever. It didn't seem like it. If they did, it was for like a minute. But I don't know. Like, the choreography, I imagine, was taken care of way in advance prior to, the tour. So I don't know why there was just like 45 minutes of us waiting, and 25 minutes of that was just nothing. The crowd was getting restless too. I mean, they were chanting Babymetal. Nothing was happening. It seemed like Babymetal wasn't coming out until they were ready. But I don't know, what were they ready for? That was aggravating as hell. And Justin was like, I'm thinking about leaving. I'm just like, how funny would it be if I drove all this way? It's like, I saw their opening. I was like, nah, I'm gone. But I was starting to have those thoughts, which were actually like making me laugh inside my head. But finally the lights went out. They came on. The white, not screen, but the white robes or the white, whatever, curtain was being used to show us a little movie. Once that little movie's done, then it rises up and they played their brand new song. And it kicked ass. So here's the thing. All the pain my body was in because of driving for over 7 hours. And, oh, by the way, Atlanta traffic is not fun. Just want to get that out there. 8 lanes of pure traffic hell. 8 lanes on each side of the highway, by the way. But, yeah, once they started playing, the energy just, like, shot up throughout the whole venue. And, as I'm going to get the elephant out of the room, Babymetal is not part of this tour. They're doing something different where it's the chosen 7, even though there's 8 members. Ignore that part? Question mark? Ignore that there's 8 people on stage, not 7, but whatever. So it's Babymetal and Babymetal joined by 2 dancers, background dancers, dressed just like them. And then the 5 members of the 4 members of the Kami band. And my God, that is a show. Like, for anyone who, it just needs to be experienced. If you're a fan of music in general, even if you don't like metal, you gotta experience it, because these are 4 of the most talented musicians at their craft. 2 great guitarists, a great bassist, and a great drummer. Combined with, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, great dancing and singing. So you got to see this to really understand it, because it's going to sound, I know I'm not going to do it justice talking about it. The choreographed dancing went really well with the music. It went really well. It was just a positive energy all around, and they were putting on a show while we were like feeling like this energy from the band. And my God, that double bass drum. I don't know if this is throughout all the venues they're going to be touring. As of right now, I mean, it's May 16th. They're off tonight. They're going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina tomorrow. Listen, if you're going to go to that Charlotte, North Carolina show, I don't know if you're going to experience this, but that double bass drum, every time you would hit the double bass, literally made the whole venue vibrate. And every time he did it, and I felt it. I was just like, oh, that is awesome. Like, it was just like, yes. It was just like instant energy pick me up. My God, that double bass drum, wow, you feel that shit. You feel that shit in the ground below you. You feel that shit inside of you. Wow, what a fucking kit that is. That just made me excited. But, so here's the thing. The experience itself was great. It really works as a package, especially with what they're doing with this whole Chosen 7 stuff. Really sucks that Babymetal isn't part of the band. And also, like, Babymetal has to kind of, like, do both of the parts. You know how Gimme Chocolate, you know, it's kind of like all 3 of them are doing it. Seems like they're steering less from the songs that require all 3 of them and more of a focus on Babymetal. I mean, Babymetal does step in a few songs and sings. However, after paying attention to her lips, it didn't seem like for her parts they were already background and she was just lip syncing. It seemed like that was the case. Babymetal for sure was singing, especially in the 3 later songs where it's a highlight on her singing. By the way, they ended the concert with their 3 longest songs. The 3 6-minute and over songs that they have, they did that back to back to back. By the way, this concert did not stop. They took like little sound breaks, as in they didn't get off the stage. There was no encore, sadly, and they only play for like a little bit over an hour. But that hour you get is just like non-stop. And the last 3 songs they play are over 6 minutes each. Like it's an experience. Like, especially with how much they play, they are all superhuman. That's for sure. Yeah, it's nonstop. It's an hour, but it's only an hour, and there is no encore. Like when they're done, the curtain comes down, another movie's played, showing that, like, this is a new beginning phase, and it's like it would have been cool to have the whole Babymetal experience with the three of them and the Kami band. This is something they're doing. I guess they thought, well, she's not going to be in it, so let's try something new. And it works. It does work. The background dancers do add to it. There was one song, and it wasn't karate. I remember this. It wasn't Gimme Chocolate. I forgot what song they were playing. But then the two background dancers started, like, fighting each other. As in, they were doing, like, real martial arts stuff like that, but intentionally missing each other. As in, it was, like, them fighting each other, but also dancing. It was really cool, actually. And, like, the crowd's going, oh, yeah! Like, it was really cool. But, yeah, I mean, so, like I was saying, UN Metal, like, Mal Metal was kind of, like, filling in the parts, but it seemed like those parts were being lip-synced, which was alright. I mean, the concert itself was fine. And what was really cool to see about the concert was little girls and a lot of young women were looking up to the members of the band and dressing up as them. It's like, oh, this is awesome. So it's like a metal band that's actually an inspiration for girls. That's a right step, in my opinion. It was a very, very diverse crowd. You had, like, all the races and cultures there. You even had the full-on, like, what you think of metalheads, you know, bigger white dudes with long hair. They were there, too. Hell, there was even a guy who was wearing a leather jacket and a kilt and no shirt under the leather jacket, because, of course. And he had slick back hair. He had makeup, like, goth makeup around his eyes, and he was wearing contact lenses. You know, the white ones? Like the ones that Naoto from Exist Trace wear. He was there. There was quite a few, like, metalhead characters, and again, every single person was loving the show. The only complaint I think you heard a lot after the show was over, and I heard it from some people in the crowd, was, wow, that was pretty short. But it's an experience, and it's a damn good one. So, alright, I'm cooking a pizza right now, and I think it's going to burn soon. So I got to get right to what I talked about, my little dream coming true. So I was paying... I don't know if anyone's watching this is also a musician, or I'm more of an aspiring musician, not really a musician. But, so back in the day when I only played bass, I would, like, focus my attention on stage to the bass player. This bass player is amazing. That needs to be said. Now that I've dabbled in guitar and I want to dabble in drums, I'm paying attention to all members of the band. And with Babymetal, it's hard because it's like they're having all these dancers, and Su Metal and Mal Metal are, like, doing their thing. So it's like I'm paying attention to everything. But my main focus is always on the band. And I noticed something. See, a part of the back of my mind, I was like, I would love if Leda was there. And for those who don't know, the Kami band switches out members. One of their guitarists died earlier this year. But one of the members of Babymetal is one of the best guitarists in the world, in my opinion. He's one of my favorite guitarists. He's definitely the top 3 guitarist in Japan. I think a lot of people would say Miyavi. I think a lot of people would say Leda. He's definitely... Anyone who knows about Leda and his work with Deluhi, which, oh my god, and then Undivide he was great in, and now Far East Design. He's just one of the best guitarists in the world, and I think he was there. I know a part of me more likely wants to believe that was him on the stage, but I think I found proof. I think Leda was genuinely there. Bless you, Leda, for coming to America. It was a dream of mine to see you play. I just wish I could see you play with Deluhi. Now that would be the real dream. But, oh my god. Leda, I'm pretty sure it was Leda, because the guitarist on my far left on the stage, so it'd be stage right, my far left, was using Leda's signature guitar. His 7-string signature guitar. I looked this up right before I made this video because I didn't want to make an ass of myself. But Google Leda, or even make it easier, Leda Babymetal. You will see a whole bunch of pictures with him, in makeup, out of makeup, with certain guitars. But his brand new guitar that could have sworn I saw in the Far East Designs Inhale 360 video. Go watch the 360 video. I could have sworn he's using the guitar in this video. It's a very unique guitar. It's not like easy to compare this to another guitar. It's a very small like bass guitar in general, but all guitars are small pretty much unless you go 8-string or whatever. The base of the guitar has its unique design, but what makes it very unique is it doesn't have a headstock. Hold on. So this part of the guitar, just imagine that being nothing, and just imagine like it ends like right here at the nut of the guitar. So it just ends and then like it goes back. So it's just bloop. So imagine this whole part is gone. So you have like this, the fret for the guitar, and then no headstock. And I was like, wait a minute, that's Leda's guitar. And there are pictures of him holding this guitar. He's done it in music videos for Far East Design. I think I saw Leda. It was like, I want to believe it's true. I really do. As you can tell with the whole makeup, it's hard to tell who's who. But with Leda, he has a very indistinguishable nose. So hopefully what I did there wasn't... But his nose, it goes down like this. So it's not insulting. His nose naturally goes down like this. But I was kind of off of a distance where I could... No matter where you are in the Tabernacle, you could see where you are, but it was hard to tell. But I think I saw Leda, which is a dream come true. But yeah, overall, the experience wasn't great, as in the waiting, and what I, in my opinion, was the unnecessarily 45 minutes of waiting, and the driving. But that's my own personal thing. But the hour and some change show that it is well worth the admission, especially if you live in the area. Go fucking see Babymetal, even if you don't and are like me. In all honesty, to me, looking back at it the day after, it all happened like in the blink of an eye. So go see it. It is well worth it. That double bass drum is gonna like kick your ass. Not like, oh my god, it's an experience. Bring somebody you know who doesn't like believe that Babymetal is like a legit band and thinks this is just Japan being weird again. This is an amazing entertainment show. It's not just a metal concert. This is an amazing entertainment show. It is truly hard to explain this by words, and you're not really going to believe me. You really need to experience it yourself. The combination of choreographed dancing and four of the best musicians at their craft, in my opinion, in the world, this is a hell of a show, and you need to experience it. So I just want to get that out there, and I got to pull my pizza out of the oven because hopefully it's not burning. So have a good night.